What if the very thing standing in your way isn't stopping you, but leading you to your greatest success? Today, we dive into Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way, a book that teaches how hurdles become opportunities through ancient Stoic wisdom. Stay tuned. This could change how you face every challenge. Welcome to BookMind Audio Summaries, the channel where best-selling books come alive to fuel your mind and motivate your life. I'm excited you're here. In this episode, we'll explore how adopting a Stoic mindset can transform every obstacle into your pathway to success. Whether you're a leader, creator, or seeker, this summary offers timeless wisdom to overcome adversity. The obstacle is the way, finding opportunity in adversity. Welcome to a transformative journey inspired by Ryan Holiday's best-selling book, The Obstacle is the Way. Rooted in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, this book reveals a timeless truth that the problems and challenges we face daily aren't dead ends, but paths to growth, strength, and success. What if your biggest obstacle wasn't a barrier, but the very way forward? The central idea, what stands in the way, becomes the way. Ryan Holiday begins with a powerful line from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This means obstacles aren't mere stumbling blocks. They are invitations to change our perspective, to act with courage and creativity, and to cultivate a resilient will. Adversity becomes advantage. The path forward is built by embracing difficulty. The 3 disciplines to transform obstacles. Holiday structures the book around 3 vital disciplines: perception, how we see and interpret events; action, the deliberate steps we take to overcome challenges; and will, the inner fortress of endurance and resilience. Together, they form a practical framework to turn trials into triumphs, not just in business or leadership, but in every aspect of life. Mastering perception, seeing obstacles clearly. Our minds naturally distort reality. Fear, anger, and despair cloud judgment. Holiday teaches the power of objective, calm perception, seeing obstacles without the tint of emotion or exaggeration. To illustrate this, the book shares John D. Rockefeller's story during the Panic of 1857. Instead of panic, Rockefeller used calm rationality as his guide, enabling him to make shrewd investments when others fled. Rockefeller chose to tell himself a story of opportunity rather than disaster. Holiday also references the samurai swordsman Miyamoto Musashi's teaching about the observing eye versus the perceiving eye. The observing eye sees what is truly there without adding fear or assumptions. This clarity empowers us to respond intelligently, not react destructively. The power of perspective in history. History brims with examples of leaders who mastered perception. During World War II, General Dwight D. Eisenhower confronted the terrifying blitzkrieg tactics of Nazi Germany. Instead of succumbing to fear, he reframed the challenge as an opportunity to innovate military strategy. His positivity inspired his generals to act boldly amid uncertainty, showing that mindset molds reality. Seneca reminds us, a good person dyes events with his own color and turns whatever happens to his own benefit. This section teaches us that Stoic perception allows us to steady our nerves, focus on what's controllable, and place events in true context, strengthening us for the battles ahead. Taking right action, the discipline of doing. Seeing clearly is just the start. The obstacle is the way urges us to take directed, effective action, not reckless, but bold and persistent. Holiday shares the story of Demosthenes, an Athenian orator who overcame a crippling speech impediment through relentless practice, speaking with pebbles in his mouth to strengthen his voice. His mantra: action, action, action. Amelia Earhart's daring solo transatlantic flight exemplifies just starting, despite fear. Ulysses S. Grant and Thomas Edison illustrate the power of repeated, patient effort, the grind that wears down impossibilities like water-shaped stone. This section also reveals the process, a focused technique used by elite coaches like Nick Saban. Break tasks into what's immediate, finish the smallest task well, and build momentum. Strategic thinking shines in examples of George Washington, who avoided direct confrontations where the enemy was strongest, and Gandhi's indirect approach that brought down an empire. Building the will, inner strength beyond control. When external action is limited, our greatest asset is the will, our resilience and ability to endure suffering and uncertainty without losing hope. Holiday contrasts common views of will as aggressive drive, with a Stoics as quiet humility and acceptance. The will is strength in bearing hardship rather than fighting it. Abraham Lincoln's lifelong battle with depression and profound leadership amid civil war show the power of enduring patience and purpose. Theodore Roosevelt's transformation from a sickly child to a vigorous president illustrates the building of an inner citadel, a fortress no external adversary can destroy. Principles like praemeditatio malorum, anticipating challenges, amor fati, loving one's fate, and memento mori prepare us mentally for life's trials. Summary of core lessons in Segment 1. Obstacles are not roadblocks, but opportunities in disguise. Change your perception to see the truth objectively. Take focused, bold action every day towards your goals. Cultivate deep inner will that enables endurance and humility. As we continue in Segment 2, we'll explore more inspiring stories, practical strategies to implement these disciplines, and how to apply this timeless wisdom to modern challenges. Welcome back to the continuation of our deep dive into Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way. So far, we've uncovered the crucial Stoic principles of perception, action, and will, and how these disciplines prepare us to embrace obstacles as opportunities. Now, let's explore the real-world application. Historical and modern stories that illuminate how this mindset translates to remarkable resilience and success. Thomas Edison's relentless experimentation. Few modern examples embody persistent action like Thomas Edison's journey to invent the light bulb. It's well known he failed thousands of times. What the book emphasizes is his Stoic mindset. He didn't see failure as defeat, but as an essential part of discovery. I have not failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that will not work. Edison's vision turned persistence into one of the greatest inventions of all time. His story teaches that meaningful action includes embracing setbacks as essential feedback rather than stopping points. Abraham Lincoln, fortitude amid uncertainty. Perhaps no figure exemplifies endurance of will better than Abraham Lincoln. Battling depression, repeated electoral losses, and the ultimate national crisis of the Civil War, Lincoln showed how presence of mind and resilience stabilized a divided nation. He controlled perception so that despair didn't overwhelm decision-making. Instead of paralysis, Lincoln's steady will inspired cohesion and progress during the darkest times. The Wright brothers, small steps toward great flying. Orville and Wilbur Wright's story highlights the importance of deliberate action and faith in process. Amid skepticism and failure, they tested tirelessly, learning from every crash and control failure. Their breakthrough wasn't a single eureka moment, but a result of steady, measured progress, a blueprint for the strategy of taking next right action. The will to endure. Nelson Mandela's Stoicism. Mandela spent 27 years in prison, facing unimaginable hardship without losing dignity or hope. His will was a profound demonstration of Stoic endurance, patience, and humility. Rather than bitterness, Mandela chose forgiveness and pragmatic leadership. His example proves resilience can transform personal suffering into a foundation for systemic change. Building your own inner citadel. Holiday urges readers to build their own inner citadel, a mental fortress that no obstacle can breach. He stresses, expect and accept hardship as inevitable. Practice gratitude and focus on what's controllable. Maintain discipline and self-command. Cultivate patience as a superpower in adversity. The book draws on Epictetus' teaching. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Practical application. Techniques to embrace obstacles. Ryan Holiday provides concrete techniques for daily life, including journaling reflections to reframe negative events, mental rehearsals to anticipate difficulties, breaking problems into small, manageable tasks, practicing silence and meditation to stabilize emotion, focusing on purpose bigger than any single setback. Stoicism meets modern challenges. Holiday ties ancient wisdom to modern struggles, career setbacks, relationship conflicts, or health challenges. He encourages readers to view obstacles not as exceptions, but the very fabric of a meaningful life. By adopting the Stoic disciplines, challenges become teachers and allies on our path rather than enemies to defeat. Motivational reflection. As you listen, imagine the obstacles you face as stones at your feet, not to trip you, but stepping stones to climb higher. With perception sharpened, action deliberate, and will unshakable, each barrier is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. Preview of Segment 3. In the final segment, we'll explore how to live these teachings daily, cultivate resilience proactively, and draw inspiration from unsung heroes who quietly embody Stoic strength. We'll conclude with a powerful call to embrace adversity as your ally. Welcome to the last part of our deep exploration of Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way. We've studied how perception, action, and will transform challenges into pathways for growth. Now we turn to how you can live these principles every day, even when adversity feels overwhelming, and how to find inspiration in those who embody these virtues, quietly yet powerfully. Practicing Stoicism daily, mindset, and habits. Holiday emphasizes that Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's a daily practice. Here are proven ways from the book to make this mindset your default. Morning reflection. Begin each day anticipating potential difficulties and planning calm, deliberate responses. Journaling. Daily writing helps reframe setbacks, clarify priorities, and reinforce what lies within your control. Pause and breathe. When triggered, take a moment to step back emotionally to respond with reason instead of reaction. View obstacles as opportunities. Actively ask, what lesson or advantage does this challenge offer? Focus on the present. Avoid wasting energy on past regrets or future fears. The present moment is where your power lives. The quiet strength of unsung Stoics. Most heroes in The Obstacle is the Way are famous, but so many live around us, quietly embodying Stoic virtue. Holiday shares stories of the nurse who calmly manages life-saving care amid chaos, the teacher who patiently adapts to challenges in the classroom, the entrepreneur who persists after multiple failed startups. Each shows that the same disciplines apply regardless of scale. Strength is built in daily choices. Embracing amor fati, loving your fate. A striking Stoic ideal is amor fati, loving your fate even when it includes hardships. Holiday explains how loving fate isn't passive acceptance, but joyful embrace of everything life brings, seeing obstacles as an integral part of your unique path. This radical mindset dissolves resistance and opens your heart to creativity and resilience. The obstacle is the way in modern leadership. Executives and leaders across industries have adopted these teachings to cultivate innovation and resilience. Holiday's examples include CEOs navigating crises by focusing on what they can control, in teams that quickly adapt to obstacles rather than flounder. This approach is a blueprint for thriving in uncertainty and complexity in business and life. Endurance as a radical act. In a world that glorifies comfort and ease, Holiday reminds us that simply enduring with grace is itself a powerful resistance. Heroes like Nelson Mandela, Maasai warriors, or everyday parents managing hardship teach us that perseverance is as heroic as victory. The will to endure transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary stories. Call to personal transformation. Holiday challenges us not to avoid obstacles, but to seek them as growth's gateway. His teachings inspire bravery in the face of fear, creativity amidst constraints, and a steadfast spirit amid storms. Closing inspiration. The Obstacle is the Way is a timeless guide, urging us all to welcome adversity as our greatest teacher. See every challenge not as an enemy, but as your partner in creating a meaningful, courageous life path. Your journey begins now. Thank you for joining this exploration. Let this ancient wisdom be your compass through every trial. If this summary moved you, return to it often, practice, reflect, and watch obstacles transform beneath your feet. Remember, the obstacle is the way. Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way isn't just a philosophy. It's a practical, powerful guide to transforming hardship into triumph. The ancient wisdom it teaches is as relevant today as ever, urging us to shift our perspective, act boldly, and build unshakable resilience. Remember, your obstacles aren't roadblocks, they are the road itself. If this summary inspired or challenged you, don't forget to like and subscribe to BookMind Audio Summaries for more powerful insights from best-selling books. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. How will you turn your obstacles into opportunities? And please share this video with friends who need a little motivation today. Thank you for listening to BookMind Audio Summaries. Keep this ancient wisdom close as you face your challenges. Stay curious, stay courageous, and remember, the obstacle is the way. I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.